Good evening, class. Tonight I wanted to talk about inclement weather riding. When I moved to the Pacific Northwest, my wife assured me that there was absolutely no reason to get a motorcycle here, that it rained for most of the year and there wasn't going to be a chance for me to ride it sufficiently, and it was not going to be profitable for me to even buy a bike. Um, so I talked her into letting me get a cheap enduro motorcycle, and I picked up a DR650 for a couple thousand. And to prove my point that it was worthwhile, I rode it every day to work for the entire year, all the way through the rainy season, all the way through the winter. And I just wanted to point out some articles of clothing and gear that not only made that possible, but made it comfortable. It went much better than I expected, and I recommend these products. They vary in price. Um, the more you're willing to pay, the better product you're often going to get. And most of these are lower range products, but just to give you an idea, um, I'll start with the helmet. There's no cold weather gear or rainproof additions to this, but it does have some high visibility markers on it. On the back of it, strategically placed so that during heavy rain and low light conditions, I'm more visible to other traffic. Moving to the face mask. During cold weather conditions, I highly recommend one of these. The wind on the neck and the chin area is pretty rough, and this for $20. I picked this up. It's windproof, kept me warm, kept me dry, and it made a huge difference. Cold weather gloves. There's a bunch of different types of motorcycle gloves out there. If you're going to be riding through the winter or riding through the rain, you want to make sure that you get over the wrist, waterproof, and insulated gloves. Warm in the winter, dry in the rain. I'd recommend these. They're on the cheap side. There's definitely better ones out there. There's heated gear that you can plug in, but if you're on a budget, I highly recommend them. Sliders, I think I picked them up off of Amazon. Next, over the ankle boots. These are leather. They cover the ankle for safety. They're waterproof, and they're also wool insulated. These were amazing. I went on a few rides before I picked these up. Toes were freezing, couldn't feel them by the time I got home, and these made all the difference in the world. Zip up on the inside, kept all the water out, had no issues. I don't even think these are actual motorcycle boots, but they serve the purpose and they did it well on the cheap end. Last and most importantly is this motorcycle suit that I picked up. It's a first gear, probably the cheapest one out there, and it's a full suit. You would think it was a, let me get you a better view. Fully waterproof, cold weather, made by First Gear. I think it's around $200. Doesn't include any padding, but you can get pads to slide in the inside of it. I pulled my jacket pads out and stuck them on the inside. But this works amazing. Through heavy storms, there's no wind or rain protection on the enduro motorcycle that I had, and this thing kept me dry, kept me warm. It's amazing. Highly recommend these suits. For the fair weather riders out there, you can get out there in the cold weather, in the rain, on the cheap, and it's not nearly as bad as you think it might be. I highly recommend at least trying it out and become an all-season rider, experience the adventure of it, and you might find that you actually like it. You can get out on more adventures and not fear the weather so much. Good luck.